Okay, I'm Grasswalker. We've had a pretty poor running for this draft. We threw a game away with bad mistakes, and we've been playing pretty badly throughout. We're 3-2, and this looks like it's going to be the last game because I can feel myself losing this game already. Opponent goes first, but I'm actually wary to keep the 2 lands, even though it should be good. Because I just think, you never know. I've had a couple of games where I've drawn 13 of the 18, 17 lands in the deck in like 15 turns. I've had a couple of games where we're stuck on 2 to 3 land for most of the game. I don't really want to get stuck. Should get the lands that we need. We just need 1 or 2 lands, and then we'll be set. Okay, it looks like we might end up actually getting set. Because Honor the Godfarer lets us find the rest of the lands. Or it should, because it cycles the non-land into 2 cards we do want. I'm going to keep a hold of Bolt Bend, actually, when we're throwing stuff away. I think Crunch is the play. He's not using a field, so where he has no field, I want to put down a hefty field and start punching him. Whereas if we use Honor the Godfarer, we're like cycling for options. We have an option. We have a perfectly valuable Crunch. Herald is nasty. That's so nasty I might Pyro Helix it. I don't really want to take the Crunch out with that. We're going to kill it, and then we're going to be able to swing. Heartfire is not good. We're not doing enough damage to put him in like this horrific state where a Heartfire kills him. But this is pretty okay. 6 damage. So maybe Heartfire would have been worth keeping. Because he has to answer the field, but we have a Bolt Bend, and then Heartfire might be the finisher that we were looking for. But I would like a land. If he tries anything cheeky, we have the Bolt Bend. Perfect counter. Looks like he's swinging. I mean, I'll take it. That's a very interesting swing when he needs to be on the defensive. Okay. So we could Bolt Bend that onto the Initiate, which I think we will. Because if we don't, we won't be able to cast Bolt Bend. Domri's Ambush doesn't actually take anything out at the minute. But I think we'll keep it on top, because that's a very good card. And we'll take out the Initiate instead, which obviously replaces itself. Then we're going to hit him quite hard. And then we're going to have the Ambush to go over the top. That's fine. My best card's on the top of my deck at the minute. He should take the Bloomhawk, I think. Maybe God Pharaoh, depending on what he's thinking. But if I was him, I'd be thinking that I've scryed a land on top, and I'm about to play Bloomhawk to buff the zombie. Yeah, that's what he took. So we could take out the zombie army if we want, or we could honor the God Pharaoh. I think we'll honor the God Pharaoh. Arlen's a mile away from being cast. That as well. Kyora's not far from being cast though. And now I can attack with everything, and all of them slip right by that garbage 1-1. Now he's getting low. He's getting dangerously low. If he plays a creature, we can ambush it. I think we should be okay. That hurts. If we can go Kiora and swing for 4 again. That's really, really good in limit for just the little bit of mana it costs. Okay, Domri's Ambush. We can play Domri, then the Ambush. The Invader's not quite right for us. We need 4 toughness things for Kiora.
You call it anarchy. For me, it's just business as usual.
Then we need a red.
Come and destroy!
Then we need Domri's ambush for this to kill that. Crunch Wrangler's not quite right for us, but I think this should be lethal. And we've puzzle solved ourselves another win! We're up to 4! That was a nice little game, I enjoyed that. It's big dangerous though. I mean, you can't complain about 4 wins in a draft. 2 is the break-even point, sort of. 2 is where it's better than PAX. 3 is quite decent, and then 4 is where you start getting good value, but the actual break-even point where you can queue straight for another draft, I think is 6 or 7. But all you need it to be is better than PAX. We have the colours, we have early removal, we've got a hefty 4, 5, 6 this game. But we're going first and we have removal. We're going to need to draw lands this game. That's a good start. That's a bad pause, revealing what we have. It's a bad pause again. Maybe he just thinks we're in full control mode. I mean, here are the lands that we called for. We've had nothing but lands so far. I think Bloomhawk is okay to just cast. Oh, Narset.
I know
Grim.
88 ways to defeat you. Keep an open mind.
There's a chance he misses. He didn't. So we have a choice. We can Pyro Helix to stop Narset drawing a second card. So that'd be 1 card for 1 card. It'd be my Pyro Helix for whatever he might have in his top 3 of his choice. Or we can not do that and play the Bloomhawk. And I think we should ping the Narset. We can't let him draw the cards of his choice. And at this point, where we both have 4 lands, or I have 4 lands, he should have 4 lands, 2 damage isn't going to kill the stuff he plays, probably. If he had low stuff, he would have played it. But we'll see. This reduces his options for the turn as well, because he can't look at the top 3 and then react to the Bloomhawk. That's fine, because that's not big enough to stop the Bloomhawk. And we are going to threaten to kill the Narset, because he's so high health that stopping the Proliferate draw is going to be bigger value.
I have reached my limit.
Challenger Troll and then the Ceratok to get the correct trample order, I think, is better. Also, the Troll hits for 6, the Ceratok only hits for 4. So every turn the Troll's around represents 2 more damage. He has an Outburst, but that's just 3 damage. That's not quite enough to stop these big beefy boys. He might have more burn though. This is where we need the Bolt Bend. A Bolt Bend right now would be backbreaking. Play your turn, my friend. I know it's tough. Here's the timer. It's warning you. Thunder Drake's okay, but that's not very good for him. Because he can only block one thing with one thing. Oh! We summoned it and it's here! I think we go the Manticore because the Ceratok Trample isn't that big now. That's a finisher. But on the other hand, we just took the Bolt Bend option off of ourselves. But he can only block one thing with one thing, so neither of these are good blocks. So it's either take 10 damage or lose parts of your field. I think we should have actually played the Ceratok to keep the Bolt Bend. But we also have so much stuff that he can't remove it all. And the Ceratok trample on all of this stuff will be backbreaking. That was my logic, at least. So maybe our method, the way that we went, was better. But my instinct says I made the mistake. We've got 6 power of creature down. Another guy that can't be blocked properly. And then we have the option now to do a super jump. Bolt bend on that would have been back-breaking. We made the wrong choice. We did the wrong thing. If we'd bolt bended... Oh, a creature you control, so we couldn't have stopped that anyway. And is it up to? No, it's target. So we couldn't have stopped that, so we did make the right call. We flip-flopped all over the place, but we did fine. Ceratok here makes sense. He can stop one thing, but not them all. If he stops one thing, let's say it's the Challenger Troll, it's the biggest, then he blocks another, and then he takes 6. If he takes 6, it goes down to 4. We can stop his own outburst. Put it onto him. I guess we have to swing now, because it doesn't get any easier. Trample didn't matter in the end, but we did get extra damage because we played the Manticore first. And then next turn we can try and swing around the Thunder Drake, whilst we have Bolt Bend to counter any spells that might interact with the field. Like if you cast Ral's Outburst, that's just pings him. That might be his plan. Play it cheap, because he has 3 creatures to answer, 1's answered. So he needs 2 creature answers. And he needs to do that through a Bolt Bend. That works. So we would lose 1 creature to the Thunder Drake, and we would get through for 2 damage. But then that makes the Ral's Outburst lethal. If he ever tries to cast the Outburst, he loses. Hopefully he doesn't have a counterspell. People, I don't think, play those in this format. There is one that counts unless you pay a certain amount of mana, but we have a ton of mana, and Bolt Bend only costs 1. I think he might Ral Outburst for options and snipe this 2-2. I hope he does. I really hope. It looks like it. That's 4 mana. Here we go. Ooh. He's thinking about it. He doesn't like it. Please don't have anything. Come on. Ah! We cheesed another win. How did we do it? How did we claw this back? Alright, what's our reward? A Gate Colossus, that's fine. We're at 5 and 2. We only paid $750 to get in. We've got $650 back. We've got 4 packs, all the stuff we packed, drafted, and we rare drafted. Don't forget that. But thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see if we get any further than this in the next video. If you look and it's 3 minutes, then I instantly lost, probably. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.